Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GW Panther, the Geschützwagen Panther, Tier 7 German SPG, located on the north spawn of Overlord. This one is under the command of apgibbo of the TSDS clan. Game on! Well, I have a little correction to make because in a previous video I actually said that apgibbo was over 70. He's not. He's actually in his 50s. So I got it mixed up with one of the other members who was over 70. In fact, there are several of them. But one thing I didn't actually mention at the time was that apgibbo actually plays with MS. He has multiple sclerosis. So he's another of the members who actually plays with difficulties, and he does a very good job considering that. Yes, as you know, several members, or at least one member, actually plays an Tar Heel Rambler. He's got Parkinson's, so difficult to play and enjoy the game when your illness is getting in the way, but he makes a very good job. Oh, yes! And his first shot, he actually stuns, and he actually splashed the Burza, and his friends took it out immediately afterwards. Now, it's a 15cm howitzer with a very fast shell. It's capable of doing 600 alpha and penetrating 39mm of armor. You've got some splash on the KB2 for 118. Now, this was an actual Arty, but it wasn't actually put into production. They were going to build it. They actually even showed the models to Hitler, developed by Krupp in 1943 to 44. They had all the scale models, they knew what it was going to look like, but it just never got put into production. 66 hit points off the Type 57. So no prototypes were actually built, and they were going to start production, but then they cancelled it, and I'm afraid it stopped. It was known originally as the Gorilla 12/5. And it was originally designed with a 128mm gun. Another hit on the KB2 and he goes down, so we pick up the stun assist. So it was a good design, and it had a very wide arc. They could even dismount the turret, which was one of the conditions that the Wehrmacht asked for in the new Arty. So you could actually lift the turret off the hull and put it into a concrete emplacement. And in fact, you can see the cranes either side of the hull that do the lifting. They actually had another model of Grilla which had a 128mm gun, and that is the one known as the Scorpion. Oh, shell went to the right there. He was going to hit the Type. He could have killed it actually with that shot, but now he's in trouble. Saved by the Burza, not saved by the Bell. My God, the Burza came in at just the right moment and saved our neck. And he hugged that barn for all he was worth to stop the enemy Arty having a go at him. The enemy Arty is an M12, by the way. Okay, it's a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks in it. That was an M6. The enemy only has 5 tanks left. This is going to be over in less than 5 minutes if it goes on like this. Okay, it's lined up, rounds out, looks good. Lands where the M6 was last located. It didn't disappear, but I thought we saw the tracer from the M12. He's actually down in the chine, or just at the top of the chine. There's the enemy Burza. We're going to catch sight of that M12 very shortly, because we have a tank of 53 TP who's going up the chine. Oh, our shell hits the rocks instead of the Burza. But I'm pretty sure yes, there he is. He's actually been spotted. The 53 TP is going to find him instead. And there he is. And he's gone. So no chance to kill him. There's only 3 enemies left, and they're being harassed. We've got a T-34-2 GFT here being attacked by an MX-12 ton who's circling him. We almost stunned him there, but he's definitely going to go down. And the E25 claims the kill. That leaves only one left. The M6, and he was damaged by that shot. He's down to just 43 hit points We can splash him if the next shell goes in, but it's too late. The 53 TPs claim the kill, and that's game over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for apgibbo in the GW Panther. He also managed to get his first mark of excellence in that game, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. His win rate wasn't particularly high, but he didn't get a huge amount of shells off because the game was over so quickly. It was a less than 5 minutes game. His win rate was 821, which is passable, I'm afraid. It's not great. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he actually got damage of 741 hit points, and it's better than some of his players on his team. The highest score was the Kilana on their team, who managed to get 2 medals, a cool-headed and a high caliber for 3,326. Second highest damage was the M6 on the enemy team. Funnily enough, behind that house, he still managed to get 1,851 hit points. And the third highest damage goes to the E25 with 1,716 hit points. When it came to kills, we can see the highest score was the Kilana and the T43 and the 53 TP. All got 3 kills each. 2 kills went to the E25. No kills went to apgibbo. But on the enemy team, only 3 tanks managed to get kills at all. And they only got 1 kill each. And the rest of their team got nothing. When it came to base XP, it was 1,020 for the Kilana, the guy who got the highest damage, 800 to the MX-12 ton, T43 got 792, and we can see here, apgibbo's got 742, so he's not that far behind. He fired only 9 rounds, which is, well, because it's a fast game, it's difficult to get that many shots off, and so 9 is the best he could do in the circumstances. 2 direct hits on the enemy, none of them penetrated, but he did get 6 splash. Damage of 741, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 4 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he got 1,345 hit points of stun assist of 6 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 51,573 credits from that game, including a 50,000 mission completion bonus. And he also took away 2,226 experience points as well, so it wasn't a total loss, but it was a very fast game. Look at that, 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Wasn't 15-0, but it was a very, very fast game indeed. So considering the circumstances, getting that much damage was pretty good, if you think about it. Yes, under the circumstances it was. But this is not the only game we're showing. Yes, if it's that short, we're going to be featuring another game in the GW Panther. So let's have a look at that one right now. The second replay is on the south spawn of El Halluf under the command of Photobomber of FUN2. And that definitely sounds like Arty, or somebody doing a very bad impression of Arty. No, it's definitely Arty. Okay, well, you can see that Photobomber's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. So he's already been through the stages that apgibbo's been through, and he's going to a firing position, which is fairly obvious actually, this spot. I've killed a few Artys in a blind shot from shooting in this position, so it's not always wise to actually go to the well-known positions, but it can actually provide you with good arcs if you know what you're doing. Rounds out on that Gonzalo. Oh, it was a good shot. 269. He might want to think about moving position just a little bit. Now, oh, look at this. We've got an AMX 1357 and a setter, and they're both behind rocks. And that's a kind of warning to the AMX 1357. Get the flock out of there or you are going to get taken out. Well, the setter got out, but the AMX 1357 is still there. Now, I think he does have support up on the hill. He's loaded. Rounds out on the hill. No, didn't get there, but there might be somebody over here in this bush. Okay, so somebody marked the bush. The standard reload, 25.89. Oh, there was somebody up there. A Stu Mill. And we can see Photobomber's got 20.59, so he has reduced it by 5 seconds. And he got a big hit. 197. It wasn't a pen. I think it hit the chassis rather than the actual hull itself, or the sides. The steering wheel doesn't have much in the way of armor. The only steering wheel left in existence is at the Kubinka Tank Museum in Moscow. It was one of them was captured. Okay, going for the Chrysler. Rounds out, looks good. Very good. 233 from that one. I think it's very amusing when players actually do go to that corner and they try to shoot over the rock, and they just don't expect Arty to obviously take advantage of them and keep firing at them. And he's got another hit. This is the ultimate definition of a camping position. If you camp on that spot, Arty will hit you and keep taking away your hit points until you go away or you're dead. Okay, he's moved. So he has gone away. Changed positions. Is it for the better or for the worse? TVP rounds out. Stuns him. We can't get at the Chrysler now, but we can possibly hit that Govica. And the TVP, well, if he pops his head up, we'll snap it straight off. Okay, he's loaded. Govica makes the best sense. Unfortunate. Now. Good, great shot into the TVP. We could see he turned around and came back up again, and he just walked straight into that shell. 113 hit points. He's now one shot, and he goes down to the Skoda T56. We're 5 up on the enemy now. This is turning out to be a really good game. So we're firing for the steering wheel again. Oh, he killed him! He got a direct hit and wiped him out with that shot. Wow, that was a really difficult shot, but he made it look easy. He actually bent the shell over the rock and it went right in. And I think this one did actually go through the side armor, and that steering wheel was toast. Well, there's a lot of action going on down in the valley. The setter's down there, and so's that AMX 1357. But there's a Progetto down there now as well. And I think the 1357 bit off more than he could chew. Now, we do know that the enemy does have a tank in there. Oh, enemy RT. Oh, no, it's the Udas. Been spotted at the back of the map. They've lost their RT already. We've got 2 tanks up there. And we've stunned both of them, but the Udas took the big hit. And we're getting stun assist off the Tiger. Well, that's double bubble, that is. He's getting double bubble there. And there were 2 steering wheels, I think, on the enemy team. Yep, we took out one of them, but there's another one there. Can he take that one out as well? Rounds out on him. Oh, so close. It sounds like the AMX 1357 is trying to get at our Progetto, but he hasn't been able to so far. But meanwhile, we're looking at that steering wheel as like a cat looks at a hungry cat looks at a mouse. Okay, we can see a threat to our teammates. This Udas is trying to frighten off the Lorraine, whilst the VK is thinking about it. Oh, that was the steering wheel taking out the VK. Okay, we can kill this guy with this shot. Rounds out straight away. It falls short, but it did damage him. He's down to 9 hit points now. He just had to fix some things and he went down. The setter's coming in behind the steering wheel. Oh, he's inserting it. Yes, in a rather unfortunate place. He's sticking it where the sun doesn't shine. And there goes the steering wheel. That means there's only one enemy left. It's this one, the Shrek. Yes, I know they call it a different name. Other people call it a different name. We don't. We are normally nice about this sort of thing. Okay, are we going to get this one? Rounds out. Can we get the kill? Yes, please. Yes. That was good. He took the splash and that was the end of the game. 2 kills for Photobomber. Yes, I can admit it. I sometimes get overexcited during these battles. It's almost as if I'm trying to play them myself. But oh my God, that was good fun. Like seeing that sort of damage done by an Arty, it really does prove that we can make a big effect upon the battle. That was an ace tanker game from Photobomber of FUN2 in the GW Panther. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. His win rate from that one, 3,587, which is Super Unicum standard. And if we look at the team score, we can see how close he is to the top. The high scorer in the game was the Lorraine 40 ton in our team with 2,994. Didn't get the high caliber though, unfortunately, wasn't 20%. Second highest damage was the Skoda T56, managed 2,909. And the third highest damage, well, that went to that Udes, that very dangerous Udes. He got 2,858 hit points of damage. We can see here that Photobomber managed to get 2,238 hit points of damage. And that means that he was beaten by all but only 2 members of the enemy team, 3 on his own, which puts him in 6th place on damage. And of course, he got the Confederate. When it came to kills, we can see that the high scorers were the Lorraine 40 ton, the Hurry 2, and on the enemy team, only their Sture Mill managed to get 3 kills. And 2 kills went to the Tiger 2, to Photobomber, and to the Setter. And the Setter picked up an Orlix medal in that game. And only the Udes 03 on the enemy team managed to get 2 kills. So he's actually in joint 2nd place with all these other guys. And when it came to base XP, we can see that, yes, the highest scorer was the Setter. He was getting a lot of spotting in that game. We look at his scorecard. We can see he got 2,331 hit points of spotting assist in that game. So going down there to the center of the map, actually, the center of the valley was very useful. And he helped destroy 2, he did destroy 2 enemy tanks or tank destroyers in a light tank, at least 1 tier higher than himself. And one of those he did by sticking it up the enemy's rear and blowing him away that way. So very, very nice job by the Setter, who I thought was going to die fairly soon after that AMX 1357 was around. 2nd place on base XP was Photobomber. 1,122 went to him. And in 3rd place was the Lorraine 40 ton, 1,026. So the top 3 players all managed to score over 1,000 base. And the top one was the Setter, but 2nd was Photobomber. He fired 16 rounds, which is a decent amount of ammunition expended to get a good result. 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 14 splash. Can we guess who the penetrating shot was? I think it will probably be the Sture Mill. Let's have a look. Yes, it did. Yes, it went right through him. 373 hit points, 1 penetrating shot, went right in through the top. That's the one, the shell that skimmed over the rock and went right into him. It wasn't the one that we originally aimed at. They did have 2 Sture Mills, but that was the one that we aimed at and got the kill, or Photobomber aimed at and killed. Let's have a look at the rest of the detail. 2,238, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2. There's the Confederate. 1,996 off 12 stuns. So combined damage on this one is over 4K. So it's a decent amount for this level of game. 65,621 credits profit. He got a 50,000 mission completion bonus, 25 bonds for another mission achievement, and 3,366 experience points as well. So another game. It was a relatively short game, I should mention, 6 minutes 55 seconds, so comparable in a sense to the first game, which was played by apgibbo. But I think apgibbo just didn't get the chance to get as much as many shells out. Plus, of course, he was threatened at least one point that the enemy was about to come in and try and take him out. But luckily, he did have some defenders around who were able to do that for him to get rid of that Bursa. But yes, it just goes to show sometimes the games can really go in your favor if you can get a few more shells out. As we saw, apgibbo was only able to get 9 shells out of that game. But if we look at Photobomber, he was actually able to get 16 shells out in just a few minutes more. So it really does make a big difference. I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.